Signs your cat loves you in ways you're missing. There's one thing so many cat owners get wrong for years. They assume that if their cat doesn't cling to them, doesn't ask to be held, and doesn't constantly curl up in their lap, then maybe that cat doesn't really love them that much. But the truth may be the exact opposite. Cats do not love loudly. They do not always show affection in ways humans instantly recognize. And because of that, some of the most genuine signs of love are often hidden inside tiny behaviors you see every day, but never fully understand. A slow blink, a spot beside your feet, a soft little head rub. None of that is random. It's instinct. But it's also trust. And by the end of this video, you may realize that your cat has been loving you longer, deeper, and more clearly than you ever noticed. Sign 1. Your cat slow blinks at you. If your cat has ever looked at you quietly, then slowly closed its eyes as if drifting off for a second, you may have missed one of the gentlest love confessions a cat can give. A lot of people see that and think, oh, my cat is just sleepy. Or worse, my cat doesn't really care about me. But that's not what it means. In the cat world, eye contact matters. A hard stare often carries tension, caution, or challenge. So when a cat looks at you and then slowly blinks, it is doing the opposite. It is lowering its guard. It is saying, I feel safe with you. That may seem like a tiny thing, but for an animal built to stay alert in order to survive, feeling safe is never a small thing. And the beautiful part is that you can answer back. Next time, instead of staring or rushing in to pet your cat, try slowly blinking back. Sometimes the softest conversation happens in complete silence. Sign 2. Your cat quietly follows you around. Maybe your cat doesn't like being held for long. Maybe it's not the kind of cat that jumps into your lap every chance it gets. But somehow, every time you walk from one room to another, it quietly appears behind you. No drama, no demands. Just there. A lot of people think it's only following me because it wants food. Or it's just curious. And sometimes that's true. But not always. Cats are independent, but independence does not mean emotional distance. When a cat chooses to follow you around the house, it often means it wants to keep you within its safe, familiar world. It wants to know where you are, what you're doing, and whether everything is still okay. That is not clinginess in a loud form. It is connection in a quiet one. Your cat may not need to touch you to feel close to you. Sometimes just sharing the same space, hearing your footsteps, and seeing that you're still there is already meaningful enough. So when your cat follows you, don't rush to assume it's being annoying. It may be saying, in its own way, I want to be near you more than you realize. Sign 3. Your cat sleeps near you. One thing many cat owners never fully notice is this. Your cat does not have to sleep on top of you to love you. Sometimes it sleeps at the end of your bed, curls up near your feet, rests on a nearby chair, or simply stays in the same room where you are. And a lot of people brush that off by thinking, that spot is probably just warm. Or, cats sleep anywhere. But for a cat, sleep is not just rest. It is vulnerability. A cat sleeping deeply is a cat that has temporarily let its defenses down. And if it chooses to do that near you, that means something important. It means your presence does not make it tense. It makes it feel secure. That is not an empty routine. It is trust repeated day after day, softly but truthfully. So instead of always pulling your cat toward the spot you want, let it have a place of its own near you. A cat's love is not always about zero distance. Sometimes it is about the fact that in the whole house, it still chooses to rest beside you. Sign 4. Your cat rubs its head or cheek against you. When your cat walks by and rubs its cheek against your hand, gently bumps its forehead against your leg, or winds around your ankles, many people smile and move on. They think it is just a cute habit. Or worse, they think the cat is only trying to sweet-talk them into giving it something. But that behavior goes much deeper than that. Cats have scent glands around their cheeks, forehead, and chin. When your cat rubs against you, it is not just touching you. It is leaving its familiar scent on you. That is how cats mark what feels safe, familiar, and emotionally connected. In other words, in your cat's world, you are no longer just someone passing through its life. You are part of its safe territory. That is not random. That is recognition. And it is also a very personal form of closeness that belongs to cats alone. So next time your cat rubs its head against you, don't rush to turn that moment into rough petting or a tight hug. Just answer gently, maybe around the cheeks or forehead. Sometimes the right kind of softness makes a cat feel more loved than any big display ever could. Sign 5. Your cat shows you its belly. This is one of the moments cat owners misunderstand the most. Your cat looks at you, then suddenly rolls over and shows its soft belly. And right away, many people think it wants a belly rub. So they reach in and get scratched. Then they decide, wow, this cat is impossible. But that is not really the truth. The belly is one of the most vulnerable parts of a cat's body. In nature, it is an area they protect almost automatically. So when a cat lies back and exposes its belly in front of you, that usually is not an invitation to touch. It is a sign that it trusts you enough to stop defending itself for a moment. That is a very big difference. Your cat is showing you its vulnerable side. But love does not always mean access. Sometimes love means understanding boundaries. So if your cat shows you its belly, take it as a compliment more than an invitation. Watch the ears, the tail, the eyes before reaching in. Because sometimes the thing your cat needs most is not your hand. It is your ability to you understand. Sign 6. Your cat brings you toys or gifts. Sometimes your cat carries a toy mouse, a little ball, or one of its favorite objects and drops it right near where you're sitting. A lot of people see that and quickly think it's just making a mess. Or it's only playing by itself. But very often, that can be a real sign of affection. Cats do not share everything with everyone. When your cat brings something close to you, especially something it usually plays with alone, it may be inviting you into its world, not with words, with trust. For some cats, it is like an invitation. For others, it is a way of placing something important in a place that feels safe. And if that place is beside you, that says a lot. You are not just someone living in the same home. You are part of the experience that feels joyful and secure to your cat. So next time your cat brings you a gift, don't just pick it up and put it away. Spend a few minutes responding with a short play session. To a cat, attention at the right moment can be one of the clearest forms of love. Sign 7. Your cat touches you lightly with a paw, body, or tail. Cats do not always show affection in obvious ways. Sometimes they simply place one paw lightly on your hand, lean their back against your leg for a few seconds, or let their tail brush across you as they walk by. Tiny things, but not meaningless ones. A lot of people assume those touches are accidental, that the cat just happened to bump into them, that it sat nearby because it was convenient. But for cats, brief and gentle contact is often a way of staying connected without feeling overwhelmed. Your cat is not always asking to be hugged. Sometimes it is just confirming that you are there, that this distance feels comfortable, that your presence does not make it defensive. This is a very cat-like kind of intimacy, quiet, brief, and subtle, but still full of meaning. So when your cat leans against you or lightly touches you, Do not instantly scoop it up or hold it tight. Sometimes the best response is simply to stay still and let your cat be close to you in the way it chooses. Sign 8. Your cat comes to you when it feels tired, scared, or vulnerable. This may be one of the deepest signs of love, and also one of the easiest to miss. There are times when your cat does not come to you when it feels playful.
It's okay, come on up.
It comes to you when there is a strange noise in the house, when guests are over, when it feels tired, when it is not feeling well, or when it simply wants to retreat from everything around it and lie quietly near something familiar. A lot of people still think, it's only here because it's convenient, or more painfully, it only comes to me when it needs something. But that moment of need is exactly what reveals the truth. Cats are incredibly good at hiding weakness. When they are scared, tired, or unwell, they do not choose randomly. They look for the place that helps their nervous system relax, the place where they feel less pressure to stay on guard. And if that place is near you, then in your cat's world, you are not just the one who fills the food bowl. You are safety. And for an animal that lives by alertness, being chosen as safety is one of the deepest forms of attachment there is. So when your cat comes to you in its most fragile moments, the best thing you can offer is not too much touch. It is calm. A lot of people think cats are cold only because they are waiting for a kind of love that is easy to see, but cats love in ways that are far more subtle than that. A slow blink, a sleeping spot near you, a soft head rub, a toy brought to your side, or that quiet moment when they come to you at their most vulnerable. Cats do not do these things randomly. They are choosing you. Not always as the one who feeds them, but as part of what feels safe in their world. If this video makes you see your cat differently, stay with this channel. Because the more clearly you understand a cat's language, the more deeply you begin to see its love beneath that calm little face. And maybe that is the most beautiful part of all. Cats do not always say, "I love you," in the way humans expect. But every day, they are still saying it, in a language entirely their own.